येऊन जातात इकडे या भागामध्ये, तर त्यांना पण नको सांगत होत्या.
काही डिस्कशन झालं नाही ना.
नाही काही नाही. आता राहू दे रे सध्या, काय नको आता तू बस.
हाँ बोलो.
एकच आहे तरी, बाकी आपले दिसत आहे.
रेकॉर्डिंग चालू झालं मागे
चलो
चालू 3 वाजायचे म्हणून मी हे केलं. चालू करा
चालू करू. On behalf of RIC School of Built Environment, Amit University, I welcome you for a webinar on multiple career choices after specialized BBA in real estate. Real estate occupy a central position in our life. It's present from the places we live in, the places we work in, the places we travel to, the places we shop at, and the places we go for entertainment. All of these places are products of real estate development. It's all built environment. What does built environment consist of? It consists of a real estate, which comprises of building and land. It consists of construction, the construction which is undertaken for real estate, these are the buildings, as well as the construction which has to be undertaken for the infrastructure purpose. And infrastructure, what does infrastructure has? Infrastructure is broadly divided into two, what we call as a social infrastructure and built infrastructure, physical infrastructure. In physical infrastructure, we have energy, communication, transportation, urban and rural infrastructure. But in social and commercial infrastructure, we have schools, colleges, malls, multiplexes, and various other things which are required as a part of social infrastructure. The opportunity in the industry is pretty large. Close to 70% of the global wealth at any given point of time is invested into real estate. The infrastructure requirement of a growing country like India, with almost a population of 1.3 billion, that is 130 crore, the requirement of infrastructure is increasing, and approximately USD 1 trillion investment is required in next 5 years. 100 smart cities are currently being shaped with an investment of close to 50,000 crore, and that investment has to come by 2022. Under the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, about 5.2 crore houses are to be built by 2022 under the Housing for All scheme. But to do that, we have close to 80% shortage of talent is there, what we call as demand supply gap. India is aiming to be third largest construction market in the world, and the annual demand of almost 4 million professionals is there, but we are currently grappling with almost 80% shortage. Built environment in itself is a key contributor to Indian economy. It is the second largest sector creating employment in India after agriculture. 17.5% contribution to Indian GDP. Close to 5 crore people are employed in this particular sector. Urban population, that is actually increasing every now and then. 1.4 billion population by 2020, that will be our total population. Out of that, about 500 million is going to be urban population. That is going to be about 50 crore people are going to stay in the cities, which is whooping 36% of India's population. By 2020, they will be living in cities, and which means that there will be great demand on infrastructure. There are about 100 million jobs are likely to get created over 2011-2020 decade. Huge quantum of real estate spaces are going to come up. The current housing shortage in the country is 27 million units, which is approximately 3 crore units are currently short. 7.5 billion square foot of annual real estate requirement is there across asset classes like commercial, retail, residential, etc. etc. But to execute the same, the daunting requirement, we have about 5 million core professionals are required annually, but we have roughly 1 million people who are entering into the job market every year, which says that there is an 80% shortage in civil engineers, architects and planners. If we go to a specialized professional, then the shortage is even more acute. 150,000 valuers are required per year, 80,000 quantity surveyors are required, and 140,000 facility managers required. But we don't have enough people currently in this particular sector. To sum up, a large number of opportunities exist across a gamut of companies within the overall scope of built environment. Built environment professionals, they work on amazing projects across the world. They work on largest malls, multiplexes, IT parks. They also work on the amazing infrastructure projects also across the world. If you look at the real estate as one of the segment of our economy, we have to also look at the real estate life cycle. The professionals are required right at every stage, from land acquisition up to the sales and marketing of the project. In the initial stages, the land is acquired, but before that, feasibility is also conducted of that. And at feasibility stage, consulting and research has to be undertaken. Valuation takes place at that stage also. Then some amount of private equity or debt needs to be arranged to basically get the project going. Then the design and development stage takes place. Real estate professionals at that stage they work on the project brief. Project moves to the construction stage once the feasibility and design is done. At that stage also rapid appraisal of the project is required, because that is the stage of also tying up construction funding. Marketing then soon starts. Once the sales and marketing stages are over and the project is completely occupied, then the developer has to also think about operation and maintenance of the same. And in this case, the operation maintenance takes place. And if in case of a rent yielding assets, then the asset is ready for investment sales. Then the developer basically at that particular stage, he goes to the market, sells the project, which has its own facility management already put in. And then once the money is realized, the whole real estate life cycle once again starts with the new land acquisition as well as the new project coming in place. Every stage real estate professional is required, right from the early stage of land acquisition up to the divestment stage, where real estate professionals provide consultancy for valuation as well as for sales of the project. There are many asset classes in real estate. Residential obviously occupies the lion's share in any development, but good residential always need to be supported by commercial, retail, warehousing and logistics, industrial. Hotels in a growing economy play a very important role. Hospitals are required for healthcare, schools and colleges for education, golf courses and entertainment parks for entertainment. Transportation network is required, and then estates in form of agriculture estates also are there. And therefore, real estate actually is in many asset classes, and everywhere something or other support is required from real estate professionals. Opportunities are available at all stages: land transactions, research, consulting, design and development, licensing of the project, valuation, monitoring, and asset management. Every stage real estate opportunities get created. Construction, project management, business development, marketing, and financing. Everywhere real estate professional is required. Corporate real estate asset management, which is something where all large corporations involve themselves, that is also an area of excellence where real estate professionals can work. Facility management is also another area where all these large real estate developments work really well on the backing of facility management. That is also an area where uh, real estate employees can find themselves in this. Private equity and real estate investment trusts, they are now coming up in the country, and they provide the early stage to late stage financing to any project by providing right kind of equity. Mortgage, debt, all of that is there. An asset, once it is complete and occupied, can also be put for mortgage, and you can get what we call as a loan against property. Again, at that stage, valuation is required. And then finally, investment, sales, and wealth management. These are the areas where real estate professionals work, because those who make money, they also like to invest part of that into real estate, and our consultants can actually advise people for investing their hard earned money into real estate assets. From designing and constructing houses to building and repairing bridges, airports and roads, the industry has vast employment opportunities to choose from. And what you can do is that you can shape your career by participating in any of these particular fields, where right from whether you like to build skyscrapers or stadiums, or you want to make multi-million rupee homes, or help protect the environment, your dream career awaits you in real estate. So, what kind of work opportunities exist in this industry? It all starts with the question, what should be made of barren parcel of land? A mall, an office, or a housing complex? You can work with developers and consulting firms on research and feasibility studies, which helps arrive at a strong project proposal. Second stage, if you want to make an office building, you can work with an architect and planners to get the building plans approved. You also can estimate the cash flow of the property when leased out and calculate what would be the value of this particular property. Where will the money come from? The developer has to work with a consulting firm to seek funding. So either he seeks equity or he seeks debt. You can also work with investment banks and private equity funds who lend money for real estate construction. Now that we have the money, who will actually construct the building? Some developers undertake construction themselves, while others outsource to contractor. Like L&T is a developer also and contractor also, so they build their own buildings. Whereas in case of DLF, maybe they are actually recruiting some real estate contractors in the space of construction for getting their building constructed. So you could work with either real estate developers or construction contractors. Cost estimating, contracts and tenderings are important part of the construction process. You can work as a quantity surveyor responsible for quantity, costing of material, labor, etc. Or you can work with law firms who finalize such contracts. As a quantity surveyor, you can work with developers or construction firm to draft legal contracts. In construction stages, you need to manage timeline, resources, cost and quality under difficult situations. So that is where the management of projects come into picture. Quality control is also equally important. Once the building is complete, developers or project consultant ensure that buildings fit out are done, and working with a real estate consulting firm, you could be responsible for leasing the entire building. On the client side, you could have been working with a corporate occupier like IBM, Apple, Reliance, Airtel, etc. in the corporate real estate management department and take up this office space which is constructed on lease. CRE department, that is corporate real estate department, works for these companies on aspects such as where to invest in real estate, whether they should lease or whether they should buy ready real estate, acquisition, management and disposal of real estate, again providing valuation for this real estate time to time from external consultant, and ensuring workplace productivity through design and maintenance. All of that is required when we talk about the corporate real estate vertical. Now, your building is complete and leased out to tenant, but can someone need to manage it? That's where specialist facility management firms come in. And CRE and facility management professionals provide services like housekeeping and services, security services, property services, catering, support services, as well as strategic services, which includes leasing, business relocation, etc. So today, what is happening? All the core activities are being done by the corporations, and the entire real estate and facility management activities, which according to them, the firms who are into manufacturing or in banking and all, they consider real estate as a FM as well as corporate real estate as ancillary activities. These ancillary activities are completely outsourced to professional facility managers and corporate real estate managers, leaving the companies to concentrate on what they do the best. That is, they can achieve their core competence by outsourcing facility management. So the companies and job roles what you can get is in business management and in strategy, real estate development, marketing, finance, advisory and valuation, facility management, and corporate real estate. So the kind of employers you may have range from corporates like IBM, Microsoft, Apple, Maruti. Then you have facility management firms. You have rating agencies like CRISIL, ICRA, insurance companies like ICICI Lombard, ICICI Prudential, HDFC, banks, NBFCs, HFCs like ICICI, HDFC, Diwan Housing Finance Corporation, or Punjab National Bank, or Axis Bank. Consulting and advisory firms like Colliers International, CB Richard Ellis, Jones Lang LaSalle. They also developed as international property consultants. Brokerage and marketing firms are also there in the market today. Web portals like 99acres.com, magicbricks.com, e-commerce and logistics, Flipkart, Amazons of the world, they also actually employ real estate professionals in a big way. Wealth management and investment banking like Morgan Stanley, Edelweiss, they also can employ you. And then there are a number of valuation firms are there who also need your services as a young graduate. So what the developers demand from you? They demand business development services, land transaction and license services, pre-development coordination, market research, then marketing and sales, arranging finance, and also running the finance management. Oberoi Realty, Lodha, DLF, Tata Housing, Mahindra, Godrej, Piramal, all of these companies today have turned developers and they require professionals for this particular work. We just now mentioned a few moments back about international property consultants. Real estate, consulting, valuation, research, these are some of the jobs they do. They also make majority of their income from agency services, which is sales and purchase, leasing, residential, commercial, retail, industrial. Almost 70 to 80% of the firm's income comes from the agency business. Then they also do project management. Facility management they do from both the sides. From client side also, at the same time they manage the property from the developer side. Capital market. Developers are identifying that they are not having enough money at their disposal for the projects. So naturally that arranging debt and equity becomes a very important job after acquiring of the land. Investment bankers, large transactions, debt, equity or margin arrangement or wealth management. These are some of the functions the capital markets team within the international property concerns like JLL, CBRE, Cushman or Colliers they do. They also provide corporate real estate services to their clients as well as they act as a consultant. Banks, main function of the banks and financial institution like ICICI, PNB, HDFC or Axis is to provide debt. But these banks also arranging equity either on their own or they are getting the companies to work on this particular part. So technical management, credit management, business development, that is also there as a part of retail management. Home finance they provide, construction finance they provide, property services, consulting, loan syndication, valuation and risk management. These are the areas where the banks and the property services of the banks like ICICI Home Search, they help you. Private equity funds have started coming to India since last decade or so. They are in existence. Large firms like Blackstone, BlackRock, LaSalle Management, Milestone, they are the people who invest thousands of crores into real estate, but they also need lot of services. They have to identify risk. They also have to do market research. Information memorandums need to be prepared. Financial models are required. Then deal closure and deal structuring is done. And then once the asset is sold, then they also enter into asset management. Brokerage firms, web portals. Today is the time of internet and internet-based marketing is now very much there in existence as well as social media marketing is coming up in a big way. There are companies like Investors Clinic, which are also present in virtual as well as real space. Prop Tiger, Magic Bricks, 99 Acres. These Deutsche Bank or Tata AIG Insurance, these are the companies which are also in, they have to do a lot with real estate. They either buy, sell or they retain. Transactions are done at retail level, leasing, project marketing, direct sales, investor sales and wealth management, that is done. They also conduct builder due diligence and market research and underwriting for you. Valuation and advisory firm. Now this is a very big area. All the projects which need funding, right from the land stage or in construction stage, they need funding. But the funding can be provided only if the valuation is right and only if the development process is clearly outlined. So due diligence, environmental and property condition assessment, financial feasibility studies, financial tax and reporting services, highest and best use studies, lease versus purchase analysis, market studies, market rent analysis, valuation, plant, machinery and equipment valuation, portfolio valuation, and rent arbitration and consultation, single asset valuation. Multiple activities are done by the valuation advisory firms like JLL, KPMG, Black Olive, etc. etc. We just now have seen that facility management is a very big area. Sodexo, RKHS, DLF, these companies provide business development, facilities and operation, sustainability and compliance, and facilities project management. These are some of the services which these companies provide. Corporates like Hindustan Liver, Unilever, HSBC, Infosys, they also require real estate services for their corporate real estate asset management teams. Acquisitions, dispositions, facility management, allied services. Some of the government agencies also now require real estate like HUDCO, government authorities like National Housing Bank, HUDCO, MADA. These are also requesting services of real estate professionals. Number of entrepreneurs have got created in this particular place. KP Singh of DLF, as well as lot of other entrepreneurs, Nitesh Shetty from Nitesh Group, they have been created in this particular space. So developers, they either do land development, small floors or group housing. Then at the same time, you can also become a broker if you want to, or you can become a direct sales agent for a bank for providing finances. Why exactly you should study with us? The built environment opportunity, as we have seen in earlier slides, is very, very big in the country. Close to 80% people, they are looking for a quality real estate space. The faculty over here is outstanding. The faculty which is basically either doctorates or masters in their respective fields, along with the experience of teaching as well as practical experience, this faculty has been has been enrolled to teach in RICS School of Built Environment. Practice-based pedagogy, our education is something what is based on the current practice. So you will be learning what the banks and financial institution, developers and other kind of clients are asking for. So you will be from the day one, you will be in an employable position. There are confirmed job opportunities in this particular field as the field itself is growing, and from that perspective, it's a very young field. RICS is a global leader in the business of maintaining and propagating standards in real estate construction and project management. So you can become the student member of that and eventually can work towards earning the membership of RICS. So with this, you enter the RICS network, which is about 200,000 members strong network across 140 countries in the world. And this network is in existence in 148 years. So you can become member of that. You can get a lot of international exposure. Real estate is growing everywhere in the world, and especially in the countries where there is less manpower, they are importing manpower to work in this real estate field. Like for example, GCC countries, they are requesting companies and entrepreneurs from India to set up operations over there, even in real estate. Learning resources are available with the school as well as in the form of portals, and a lot of knowledge related activities can be undertaken. Education loans and scholarships are also available. The school also runs exchange program with some of the leading universities in the world, and RICS per se is a global accrediting body for over 600 built environment courses spread across reputed academic institutions across the world. At the same time, they follow the 5 quality principles: student selection, research and innovation, teaching quality, curriculum, and graduate output. So University of Salford at Manchester, National University of Singapore, London School of Economics, University of Cambridge, University of San Diego. These are some of the schools where we have our collaborations, and these are also courses accredited by RICS. You can get a large amount of international exposure as an overall process. It is done by two ways. There are internships which are lasting from 5 to 6 weeks up to an entire exchange semester program is also as a part of this particular activity where the students can take part and also get to know about international markets while they are still in college. University of Salford, Manchester, we have an exchange program going on with there. Real Estate Academy in China, REACH, that is also there. As and when we speak, so 14 students from School of Real Estate, they are in University of San Diego and they are undertaking a 5-week internship program is currently going on with University of San Diego, where students will be exposed to the investment market in US. Study abroad at University of San Diego, which was now mentioned. Study abroad at Ulster University and exchange program at Texas A&M University are only few of these particular courses which are available over here. What industry leaders say about this? Amish Puri, the ex-chairman and country head India of Jones Lang LaSalle, who had just now separated from JLL to start his own real estate venture. He says, what the real estate construction infrastructure sector demand today as a specialized people. I see the graduates of RIC School of Built Environment, Amity University as a future leader. Brotin Banerjee, who is an fellow of Royal Institute of Chartered Surveyor and also MD and CEO of Tata Housing, he says School of Built Environment is the answer to industry's need for specialized professionals. We are eagerly awaiting graduates to work for us and make the difference. Along with the lectures and tutorials and classwork which takes place, interaction with industry leaders is a very important aspect of our real estate program. Practically every week, experts from real estate, construction, and infrastructure industry, they come and address our students. These are some of the names over here. Aditya Bhargava from Abu Dhabi International Investment Authority. He came and spoke to our student. Lectures by international experts, they take place. Placements. Now, after undertaking such a rigorous kind of a course with a very content-heavy curriculum, what the students are looking at as placements. So, the turning dreams into reality, that's what we call as. The promise which was made as we would love to have postgraduates of RIC School of Built Environment as our colleagues, which Anshuman Magazine, RICS Chairman and Managing Director, CBRE South Asia says. And one of our students, Akash Garg, he joined him in MBA RUI 2013-15 batch. He was placed in CBRE South Asia. And he says, I would like to thank RICS SB for giving me a chance to live up to dreams with CBRE. The school helped me in acquiring knowledge of the industry, and I would like to thank the faculty in making all the possible. So both employer and employee, they are now saying that with this particular course, they actually got benefited, and the employers are saying that with the industry ready professionals they are getting, so their output is also far better with this. 2014-16 year, 100% placements took place. 93% placements were done in the first few weeks only. 29% placement batch was placed abroad. 300 companies came for that particular part, and the salary what the students got was around 7.2. 2013-15, then the year before that, the student got a salary of 6.7. Again, the placement was 100%, and 85% placement was actually done in almost 1 or 2 weeks from starting. 200 companies came at that time, which the number increased to 300 in the year 2014-16. As of now, in 2015-17 batch, close to 80% batch has already been placed. 18% batch has been placed internationally. 325 companies came looking for the candidates over here. 73 companies participated in the entire process, and 6.1 lakhs was an average domestic salary what the students got, and the highest salary this year touched almost 26 lakhs. Prestige Group, Ambuja, DLF, Tata Housing, Mahindra's, Godrej, Kalpataru, Lodha, Raheja Universal, L&T Realty, Sotheby's, these Mahindra Life Spaces, Kalpataru, Sare, these were some of the companies which came to campus and selected people from us. Banks and financial institutions were also not behind. Blackstone, Kotak, Reliance, HDFC, IDFC, DHFL, all of them actually recruited students from our batch. KPMG, PwC, KPMG, PwC, JLL, CBRE, Colliers International, Knight Frank, Cushman, they also recruited from our campus. In terms of construction, contracting and consulting, there are a number of companies like Atkins, L&T, Tata Consulting, AECOM, Larsen and Toubro, Langdau and C, Sri City, they were some of the employers for Mace, they were some of the employers for our construction project management graduates. Now we can start with our questions and answer session. We have come to an end. Rohit, now we have number of participants over here. Rohit, can you speak in Hindi? Request from Rohit. Preeti Panial is saying, what are the career prospect? Has demonetization affected his market? Okay. Rohit, now I will take your question first. I'm sorry I actually took the entire presentation in English, but let me tell you, अभी मैं हिंदी में आपसे कुछ बात करना चाहूंगा. हम लोग रियल एस्टेट कंस्ट्रक्शन एंड इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर सेक्टर की जो बात कर रहे हैं, हमने शॉर्ट में ये कहा कि ये सेक्टर में अभी भी ये काफी एम्प्लॉयमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटीज अवेलेबल है, क्योंकि इंडिया अभी काफी प्रोग्रेस कर रहा है. अभी हमारी 80% जनता के पास अच्छे घर या अच्छे ऑफिस अभी भी नहीं है. इसके कारण हम ये सोच सकते हैं कि रियल एस्टेट इंडस्ट्री के अंदर अभी काफी सारी इन्वेस्टमेंट होनी भी बाकी है, और ये इन्वेस्टमेंट अगर करनी है तो उसके लिए हमें ट्रेंड प्रोफेशनल की जरूरत है, और ये ट्रेंड प्रोफेशनल का शॉर्टेज इंडिया में लगभग 80% के करीब करीब इसका शॉर्टेज है. ये शॉर्टेज अगर अपने को करना है, मीट करना है, तो हमारे ये जो कोर्सेज, स्पेशलाइज्ड एमबीए कोर्सेज जो हमारे हैं और स्पेशलाइज्ड बीबीए कोर्सेज जो हमने खोल के रखे हैं, इन कोर्सेज से ही इन प्रोफेशनल्स की रिक्वायरमेंट आप पूरी कर सकते हो. और एक बात हमने और कही कि रियल एस्टेट एक ऐसा सेक्टर है कि जिसमें हर स्टेज में लैंड एक्विजिशन से लेके आपको प्रोजेक्ट कंप्लीटली सेल करने तक, या उस प्रोजेक्ट के अंदर आपको डेट और इक्विटी अगर आपको लेके आनी है, तो हर स्टेज पे आपको कंसल्टेंट की जरूरत पड़ती है, हर स्टेज पे वैल्यूएशन करना पड़ता है. इसी कारण हमारे पास जो लोग हैं, जो स्टूडेंट आते हैं, वो किसी ना किसी रियल एस्टेट के वर्टिकल में काम करें, ये हम जरूर देखते हैं. इनका जो पढ़ाई हम लोग यहां करा के लेते हैं, ये पढ़ाई हम उनसे वही करा के लेते हैं कि जिनकी उन्हें इंडस्ट्री में जरूरत है. आज की तारीख में इंडस्ट्री में जिनकी जरूरत है और वो इंडस्ट्री में जाके इमीडिएटली काम कर सके, इस टाइप का शिक्षण और प्रशिक्षण हम उनको देते हैं, और जिसके कारण ये पूरे तैयार हो जाते हैं. हम लोग उनकी इंटर्नशिप और प्लेसमेंट इसके लिए विशेष प्रयास करते हैं, और उसके लिए हमारे पास एक सेपरेट प्लेसमेंट सेल है. ये प्लेसमेंट सेल आपको टेक्निकल एंड नॉन टेक्निकल सभी बातों के लिए आपको इंटरव्यू के लिए तैयार करती है. और उसके बाद अगर आपको कहीं लैंग्वेज में प्रॉब्लम है या आपको कहीं प्रेजेंटेशन में प्रॉब्लम है, तो आपकी ये प्रॉब्लम्स भी दूर करने में ये सब मदद करती है. रोहित, आप और भी सवाल अगर आप चाहे तो मुझे पूछ सकते हो. प्रीति, व्हाट आर द करियर प्रोस्पेक्ट? हैज डिमोनेटाइजेशन अफेक्टेड दिस मार्केट? ओके, नाउ डिमोनेटाइजेशन से आपने शायद यू मस्ट हैव रेड इन न्यूज़पेपर, और आपने शायद पेपर में पढ़ा भी होगा. मैं रोहित के लिए ये सवाल अगर हिंदी में ही जवाब दूं तो चलेगा आपको सबको? इज इट ओके प्रीति, मैं हिंदी में जवाब दूं? ओके, तो डिमोनेटाइजेशन के बाद हमने सब जगह देखा है कि शुरू में ऐसी खबरें आई कि अभी रियल एस्टेट शायद नहीं चलेगा, या रियल एस्टेट में अभी थोड़ी मंदी आएगी. लेकिन साथ साथ हमने ये भी देखा कि रियल एस्टेट के लिए रेरा, रियल एस्टेट रेगुलेशन एक्ट अभी आ रहा है, और उसके कारण जो डेवलपर्स ये चीजें फॉलो कर पाएंगे, वही डेवलपर्स आज प्रोडक्ट मार्केट में दे पाएंगे. और वो डेवलपर्स ऑर्गेनाइज डेवलपर्स है, वो डेवलपर कॉर्पोरेट ग्रुप से संबंधित है, और उसके कारण वो एक तरीके से बिजनेस करना चाहते हैं. उस तरीके से अगर उनको बिजनेस करना है तो उन्हें ट्रेन लोग लगेंगे, और ये ट्रेन लोग RICS स्कूल ऑफ बिल्ट एनवायरमेंट जैसे कॉलेजेस से ही निकलेंगे. राइट? सो प्रीति, मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि डिमोनेटाइजेशन से थोड़ा सा ब्लिप जरूर नजर आया, लेकिन ये मोमेंटरी इफेक्ट था. उसके बाद रियल एस्टेट इंडस्ट्री के अंदर आगे प्रोग्रेस ही प्रोग्रेस है, और ये प्रोग्रेस सिर्फ प्रोफेशनल्स ही अचीव करने वाले. और एक बात यह है कि डिमोनेटाइजेशन के कारण जो डेवलपर्स कैश के बल पे डेवलपमेंट करना चाहते थे, थोड़ी बहुत कैश होती थी, उसके बाद जॉइंट वेंचर वगैरह करके थे, और प्रोजेक्ट्स कंप्लीट नहीं करके अपने कस्टमर्स के साथ धोखाधड़ी करते थे. ऐसे डेवलपर्स का मार्केट में से पूरी तरह से नामो निशान मिट जाएगा। और उसी के कारण हम ये देख सकते हैं कि डीमोनेटाइजेशन और रेरा, उसके बाद रियल एस्टेट एक फॉर्मल तरीके से रियल एस्टेट अगर आगे बढ़ेगा तो उसका हमें जरूर फायदा मिलेगा। दीपक, प्लेसमेंट रिपोर्ट, व्हाट पे स्केल वी कैन एक्सेप्ट। आई थिंक मैंने प्रेजेंटेशन में ये कहा था कि पे स्केल्स क्या है। पे स्केल्स जनरली आपको 6.5 लाख के आसपास आपका एवरेज सैलरी आपको यहां पे मिलती है, और साथ साथ आपका 100% प्लेसमेंट लास्ट 2 साल हुआ है, और तीसरे साल में प्लेसमेंट अभी हम 80% से ऊपर ऑलरेडी पहुंच चुके हैं, और हालांकि 2 महीने अभी भी बाकी है। एनी अदर क्वेश्चन? Yeah, Deepak, if you say about BBA placement, then the percentage of placement of BBA is more or less the same. But the case of salaries probably would be about 50,000 to 100,000 would be less in case of BBA. But at the same time, some of the BBA students. Okay, Maheshwar Mahalingam, you are asking, will this course give us guarantee of job security? Now, these three big questions you ask: guarantee and job security. Now, in these are the kind of questions in this particular country, and politicians also cannot promise these kind of things. But what we can talk about over here is that what efforts we have done. In this case, for giving the job, the placement, what we are doing is that we are asking you to maintain a 6 CGPA throughout in this particular case. At the same time, we are also preparing you for your interviews. And at the same time, whatever is required besides technical and non-technical requirements for your particular job, that kind of training we are trying to provide even at the time of the placements also. So in this case, we are trying to see that maximum number of companies would come to our campus and conduct their interviews. But at the same time, the job guarantee is only given by the student to himself, because he also has to perform both in the college as well as both in the at the time of interview. Only our job is to prepare you maximum to that particular level. Fees detail. Vishal, for MBA program, the fees is a 7.5 lakh for all 3 years, and excluding of hostel fees and food. Since most Mahesh is saying, since most companies expect postgraduate at as more efficient. Actually, in case of real estate, there are several activities like sales and marketing, business development, land acquisition, which really at times don't require the kind of expertise what you are going to get with post graduation. Even at the BBA level also, they are recruiting, and we are happy to state that some of our BBA graduates, they actually have been performing along with their MBA friends, and probably they are in some cases they are achieving the same kind of salary. So it finally depends upon the kind of company, what kind of role they assign. But at the same time, the BBA degree, as I said, that some students are working and they are working in transactions and all such kind of departments. Also, in some cases, students are even working in valuation with the banks and all that with their BBA degrees. Okay. Maheshwar, I am an architect. I am an urban planner from SEPT's School of Urban Planning, and I have also done my MBA in Finance from Mumbai University. Maheshwar, can I ask for which course you are interested in? Okay. So BBA in financial marketing. So Maheshwar, our course is basically BBA in real estate and urban infrastructure. So obviously in this particular courses, the finance components which are required for real estate purpose, it starts right from the home finance, construction finance, valuation, and private equity. All these kind of sides of finance are taught over here. But our degree doesn't read BBA in financial marketing. It says BBA in real estate and urban infrastructure. So there are subjects of general BBA are also there. At the same time, there are subjects of real estate and finance. They're also there as a part of this particular course program. Okay. Vishal is asking, what is the scope? Okay. Yeah. What is the scope of salary hike and what extent I can earn annually on average after 2-3 years of placement? Okay, Vishal. Now, real estate is basically a kind of an industry which is in a formal manner is not even 2 decades old in this country. In this country. So, with this, the kind of talent which is available in this particular industry, that to a trained talent, is not very much there. So what you can expect is that the promotion in this particular industry, we can state that promotions in this industry can take place faster. Again, in salary, there are variable components like incentives, etc. are also there. And so what you can say that after 2-3 years of placement after BBA, probably you should be able to go to the bracket of 7 to 8 lakhs per annum. But that clearly again depends upon what is the kind of a performance what you show at these particular firms. Scholarship options are there, Bhavesh. There are scholarship options are there. What you can do is you can also talk to our admissions team. You can call them and you can know from them the scholarship options. The scholarship options are 100% fee waiver, 75% fee waiver, and 50% fee waiver is also there. But it depends upon your performance at 12th level. And another thing is that to get that continuously, you have to maintain. You have to maintain your performance that you have to do. Or you may also have installment option. The fee is payable per semester, Bhavish. Maheshwar, the link of this particular thing, this will be available. That can be made available to you later on. Okay. Vishal is asking, after completing BBA, how to get enrolled in MBA in same stream? See, it's not a kind of a course of 5 years where it's not a combined course. After completion of the BBA, you will have to enroll separately for the MBA by giving the entrance, as it's not a 5 year integrated kind of a course. But at the same time, after completing your BBA in real estate, you may tomorrow join MBA in sales and marketing or in systems that you can do, or at the same time you can also join MBA in real estate. But as this is not an integrated course, you will have to give a separate entrance once you clear your BBA and complete the course. Maheshwar, I'm not getting your questions. Can you be more specific? Okay. Vishal, the entrance exam takes place once you pay the fees or enrollment fees for the entrance test fees you pay. Then every 2 weeks, fortnight, the entrance exam is conducted. The entrance exam, this current entrance exam is on 17th of this month. That is there. So maybe if you pay that the enrollment fee for the exam today, tomorrow, you may still able to attain the 17th June this entrance test. You can, Vishal, you can contact our admission team, and admission team will be happy to help you. You just have to give a call to them, or you just have to raise a query on the website. Any other question? If there are no questions, then can we close this after a minute or so? Participants, can we close this if you have no questions? Okay. Vishal is asking, I had done my 10 plus 2 with bio and currently have no idea of commerce. Vishal, this is a course which is basically open for at 10 plus 2 level, either even if you have done your arts, commerce or science, it doesn't matter, and you can come in. So if you have no idea about finance or any such kind of things, in this particular course, the finance is taught at every year, it will be taught at different level. So even if you are 10 plus 2 with biology, if you are done, it doesn't really matter. Only thing what is required is that you should have scored at least 55% of your marks at 10 plus 2 level in any stream you are okay. Bhavesh Verma, for average student it is suitable. For Bhavesh, for us, any student who is eligible for admission, he has gone beyond the level of being an average student, according to me. It's up to us if he is eligible and if he is willing to come in for the course. It is up to us and it is our responsibility to make him into kind of a thorough professional. So don't worry about that particular part. If you are meeting the standards, eligibility standards, and clear our entrance examination, we would not consider you as an average student. We would work on you and will make you an expert real estate professionals. That is something what we can vouch for. Okay. Deepak, does JLN and CBRI will provide opportunity to BBA graduates over MBA? Okay. Deepak, there are like in these large companies like JLL or Cushman or CBRE, there are different departments. Like for example, sometimes they may even have departments like residential sales. And residential sales and residential leasing, these are the areas where the student can start with, even with a background of a being a BBA, and then he can move later on into office leasing, retail, and all these particular areas he can move into. So I don't think that JLL or CBRE will give opportunity only to postgraduates and not to graduates. There are several functions in these companies which a BBA graduate can come work, and then later on if he wants, after 2 3 4 5 years, he may also do MBA if he want. But there are no opportunities for BBA. That's never the case with the companies like JLL or CBRE. I have worked myself in Colliers International many years back, and so about a decade back, and so we think that we never used to differentiate between a graduate and a postgraduate. If he is suitable to the role, he was hired. Bhavesh, our institute can definitely send the entrance exam details. There are my colleagues are also there on this particular blog. They will send it to you. Only thing what we need to do is that you need to give a call to our to call. You have to give your call to our team or admissions team either in Delhi or Mumbai, and you will get the required information. Is there any other question or shall I close it? Candidates? Thanks a lot for being here with us today on the webinar. If you have any other question, I am Amol Shimpi, Associate Dean and Director of School of Real Estate. I am available on my LinkedIn profile also. You can contact me over there and can get to know more about this particular course. You can also call our admissions team and get more information about the course and the prospects, curriculum, fees and everything else. They'll be happy to provide information. Thanks a lot. Done. Close करो.
पहले स्टॉप करून टाकायचं. बोले अरे बोले ना वही मैं सबका जो चल रहा था ना